Hello, welcome. Today we're gonna be talking about shit, but not shooting the shit. This type of shit. Hey guys, hope all of y'all having a great day. So it's been a while since I've sat down and done a little story time. So today I'm gonna be sharing a little story with you that's pretty funny, kind of random, about shit. You know, I try providing a lot of structure in my videos, say things in a very sequential order. Not gonna lie, this one is kind of gonna be all over the place, but I promise you eventually at the end it'll form together to one cohesive ending and I'll end the video with $1 million idea. So if you're looking for a good business idea, watch all the way to the end, and if you just want a funny story, watch the first 75%. Alright, so poop, shit, bitch. Young Shaq West and I'm getting really rich. No, just kidding. Alright, that song died a long time ago. Who am I kidding? That song was never good. But anyways, alright, poop is just like a timeless joke. It's one of those things, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can be a little kid, you can be an old man, no matter what age you are, poop is just something that everyone can laugh about. I don't know why, it doesn't seem like a funny thing, but you can tell a good poop joke and pretty much anyone can laugh at it. Whereas, most other jokes, are kind of targeted to like an older audience or younger audience, like a knock-knock joke, like, no one older. I don't know if anyone laughs at knock-knock jokes, but if anyone does, it's gonna be a younger person. Speaking of knock-knock jokes, I don't think I've ever heard a good knock-knock joke that's actually made me laugh. So if you know any good knock-knock jokes, comment them down below, and if it makes me laugh, I'll pin your comment to the top. So yeah, comment those knock-knock jokes. Alright, back to poop, shit, whatever you wanna call it. This story literally is a story that literally has gone, it takes place over my entire life. Since I was about maybe 8 years old, all the way until I was 19. So this is a long story, we're covering a lot of time. But it'll all culminate to this final talking point. Alright, so my first funny experience with poop, or as a prank, poop as a joke, was when I was still homeschooled. So I was homeschooled between 1st and 3rd grade. So a pretty long time ago, I was young. And while we were homeschooling, we had a bunch of kids in my neighborhood. There were 3 families on my street and 2 other families a street over there, all homeschooled. So we were all friends, we'd all hang out, we'd do PE in the morning together, which is just us playing kickball. Anyways, doesn't matter. One of the families had a really young kid who was barely able to write. And one day, when walking by their house, my dad noticed that they had a little sign that was clear the little kid had obviously written that said, "No pooping," and it was a stick figure picture of a dog pooping. And my dad looked at it and thought it was absolutely hilarious. So my dad, being the ornery person he is, decided that it would be funny to make a fake thing of poop and put it in their yard right in front of the sign just to get a rouse out of them. They're good friends of ours. And boy, did it ever work. So a couple days, the mom was at our house, all the kids were playing or whatever, and she's just going off. Some dog left poop in our yard, and we cleaned it up, and then Marky made a little sign to tell dog owners, not to let their dogs poop in our yard because, we don't want poop in our front yard, blah, blah, blah. And someone had the nerve to have their dog take a shit right in front of our sign. And my dad is laughing because he knows the shit that is in front of this sign is completely fake, but it would look believable. I'll tell you how he made it in a bit. But it's just super funny that she's irate about it. She didn't even try cleaning up. She's just pissed off about this stupid piece of fake poop in her yard. That's literally a complete prank. But anyways, fast forward to the next day. And the next day, my dad has this brilliant idea, being ornery guy that he is. He's like, well, you know what? We should add another one. So he makes another one, puts another one in there. Now this girl, she's one of those Facebook moms. She's all over Facebook. And she posted a post on Facebook. Actually, no, it might have not been Facebook. I think there's a neighborhood, I don't know, I'm not part of it, but a neighborhood social media site. It's everyone in the neighborhood sees. I don't know which one it was, but she posted something online saying, "Whoever keeps having their dog shit in my yard, it's not funny, we don't want you to do this, blah, 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 blah." By property, this girl is pissed. So anyways, my dad is just rolling with this, he loves this. So he gets me and then 2 other homeschool neighbor kids that, we all homeschool together, come over to our house and we make over 100 of these fake shits. And how we do it is we take a little rock and then that spray foam, I'll throw a picture of it up right there, we spray it around the rock just, we kind of weighs it down, but it kind of makes just a little poop patty looking thing, and then just get some brown spray paint and spray paint it. And late that night, once they're sleeping, we got all 100 of these poops, put them all over their yard, all over their everywhere, just poop everywhere. And when she woke up the next morning, she saw it, she laughed, she got it, haha, she'd been pranked, she's a good sport about it. But it's just kind of a funny thing. And that's just kind of where the rest of the story stems from. But yeah, so that was just the first poop incident. But now that we have all these 100 poops, they have to go somewhere. So we took some home, some other families took some home, I don't know, the poops scattered, but everyone had, a bunch of fake poops. What was surprising is the poops, they stayed forever, the families used them for an oddly surprising long time. I was over at one of their houses, I would say it was about a year ago, and while I was there, I found 2 poops. One of them was just on their kitchen counter, and it was the ones that we made back when we were 8 years old. And I just kind of laughed about it, yeah, it's, I don't know, it's funny, we don't throw it away, it just sits out, it's still intact, and I don't know, it's just a poop, and it's just funny. Not really a reason, but people just kept it. Funnier than that is my dad has these poops at his work, at his office still. So he eventually, I think, he was pretty good friends with his boss at the time, and I think, I don't know, his boss did something, he gave his boss a poop as a gift, as a joke, I don't know why. But then his boss had the idea to give it to someone who'd been working really hard, did a good job, and said, "Hey, thanks for giving a shit," and he gave him the shit. And then that guy, someone else was working hard, and he said, "Hey, good shit," and gave him the shit. And from then on, this shit just kept on getting passed around from desk to desk in their office, saying and it was the trophy. It was good job, you're the shit, good shit, thanks for giving a shit. And it was literally just a fake piece of poop. But if you had that poop on your desk, it was like, good job to you, and you know, you pass it on whenever you saw someone doing, you know, something good. But yeah, so while little kids could have fun with this shit, you know, also at the same time my dad's having fun with the exact same shit. And the shit also turned out to be surprisingly useful. You know, my house backs up to a park. Also, if we ever went to like Blues on the Green, it's like a free music festival at Zilker Park. Anyway, wherever we went to like a festival, you put down blankets and, you know, you sit down, you know, like before like the band plays, you know, just kind of marking your spot. But you know, a lot of times you have, you know, those friends that are always late. So what we would do is we started bringing a couple of these poops, these little fake shits, and putting them next to our blankets. So we put, you know, one on this side, one on this side, and no one would sit there. Like, everyone thought that they were real. So we would literally just like be like sitting here, 2 shits, everyone else around us, and our friends would come later and, you know, pick up the poop, put their blanket down, and, you know, be able to sit right next to us. So shit is really useful. Like, this is some useful shit. Well, now fast forward to my freshman year of college, and, you know, I'm looking to do some business idea. You know, I've always been entrepreneurial. I like did like a business in middle school and high school, but I was done with that now. You know, it's college. So I was thinking, I was like, what could I do? Like, what is like a good business idea? And at this time, like, the poop emoji is at like its height. Like, you know, it's still big today, but like, this is like, I remember my brother had 3 different poop emoji pillows. He had like regular poop emoji, rainbow poop emoji, and like a reindeer poop emoji pillow. People had like poop on their keychain. Like, there's an emoji movie, there's a poop emoji this, you know, emoji clothes. Like, emojis were big in general, but the poop emoji was like the king of them all. So with this going on in like society, plus like my past experience with shit, you know, at this point I'm like a shit expert.
A little bit weird.
I know.
Past experience.
I thought it was a great opportunity to come up with some like comical fun play on the poop emoji and use that as like a business idea. So yeah, so I went after it. You know, I hired an engineer to design like a CAD model of a 3D like poop emoji. I had a whole bunch of ways to like market it. I came up with a whole bunch of different sayings you could write on it to kind of like have it like my dad's work. Like, I had it like all mapped out. Like, here's like some picture, like a little thing that I made, like a little flyer. Like, I made like an LLC. Like, I was like full into this. Like, I like sunk a good bit of money. I thought it would be like a really good idea. Well, it was a good idea. I still think it is a good idea. However, when I started to get it manufactured, I was just like floored at how expensive it would be. You know, I had like made and sold hula hoops in high school to make some money. You know, you can make like them in like bundles of 10. But when you're doing injection molding and trying to make something like this, you have to buy, first of all, you have to buy like the cast, like the thing to put the injection molding in. And that, for something like this, you know, I had to do like the eyes. It was gonna be really expensive, like $25,000, like, yeah, not cheap at all. And that was just for you to like get the stuff to like make one. So before you make one, that's how much money you're gonna sink in. And then to get them for a good price, you know, when you're like mass producing, manufacturing plastic like this, like you would want to buy them at like 50 to 100,000 minimum. And even if I could get them made in China or wherever, like for super cheap, let's just say, you know, you can get them made for like 50 cents, like that's pretty cheap. But if you have to order 100,000 at a time, that's $50,000 you need just for like one batch of these. And you know, I was just a freshman in college and I was pretty like new to all this, but I realized that like I needed way more capital than I had, and I was in school. This isn't something that I was wanting to devote like tons of time, tons of energy, tons of resources to get going, especially when I knew it was really risky, because like I thought it was a trend. I mean, it definitely was a trend. In order to make the most amount of money off of this, or like for it to do the best, since it was like peaking, you know, there's only like maybe like a year left to this industry, I need to get this manufactured like quick. So I went to licensing. Now what licensing is pretty much is like you give your idea to a company, you know, like sign some paperwork so they just can't steal your idea and whatnot. But anyways, you give them like the rights to manufacture. You know, they do everything. They manufacture, they sell, they stock, like everything they do with the product. It's just your idea, and they give you a royalty, you know, pretty small, 4, 5, 6%. It could be less than that, like it's not much, but you know, if they're the ones doing all the work, you know, they get you to be able to sell like 1 million of them, or not you, they sell 1 million of them, and you're getting, you know, 4 or 5% of the profits on it. You know, it's pretty good for you. So yeah, so I'm looking for a licensing company, and you know, it's not easy to find these. I mean, it wasn't actually that hard. But yeah, so I found someone, and they recommended me to the top toy licensing company in the entire US. And I sent an email to them, and immediately they're like, this is a great idea, and they sent me straight to the vice president of the company, the biggest licensing company in the US, or sorry, biggest toy licensing company in the US. And I was like, holy shit, like, holy shit, like this could become something. Like, I'm talking to the vice president of the biggest toy licensing company in the US. I was just like, fingers crossed, like, hope this goes well. So I sent him an email, and we each signed a non-disclosure agreement, which means like he can't say publicly or like share with anyone or steal any of the ideas that I sent him. I can't steal anything that he sent me. So we get that out of the way, and I send him over my designs, and he initially was like, yeah, like, this is a great idea, you know, I love this, blah, blah, blah. Pretty enthusiastic about it. And then he came back and said something like, we'd love to work with you on this. However, you know, we have a thing in this company where if we work to protect our clients, is that once we start working on something, we won't work on another product that's similar to that one, like that would compete with it too much. And then he said over the product that they're currently working on, which I cannot disclose since we just signed a non-disclosure agreement. I don't know if that like terminated. I don't really know the legality on that, but I don't want to get in trouble. However, I will say that there's a product on the market right now that I've seen that is very, very similar to this thing that I might have seen by him. Might even be identical, who knows. But yeah, there's this little guy called Smelvin, which you can buy right now. It's like a little doll, but yeah, I don't know, very similar to something I might have seen before. But after that bad news, you know, I didn't want to quit. I wanted to push forward. I wanted to get this. I was like, well, maybe like, you know, don't sell that into any stores that Minds in, because you know, if you put like quotes on their mind and stuff, like it's like different, it's like a comedy thing, whereas that could be more of like a, well, I don't know what I can say, not comedy, we'll just say that. He came back pretty much said no, which I was disappointed in because I thought my idea was way better than theirs. Like I thought it was funnier, it looked better, it was designed better. Honestly, I thought like everything was better about it, but oh well, it didn't work out. After that, I kind of like reached out for him for advice, like are there any other companies, like licensing companies you'd recommend? And like I didn't really know of too many other like toy licensing companies. You know, it's a new field I wasn't familiar with, and he kind of said like, he kind of shut me down. He was just kind of like, no, like we can't work with you. You won't be able to get it to market quick enough by yourself. You'll need like a company that's already established and has the resources to like manufacture something like this super quickly and get it out there in the market. Pretty much at that stage, unfortunately, it died. I also kind of just like losing enthusiasm about it. But yeah, so that is my shit story. Not enough shitty shit story about shit. Yeah, I don't know. I think there is still a lot of money to be made in this field. If any of y'all want to take my designs or anything and try getting them manufactured, I honestly would love to see it become something. If you have any other poop ideas, you know, comment them below or start working on them. I'd love to see, like, I really do think the poop industry, like, is that an industry? Just kind of like the whole popularity of the emoji and like poop, and I don't know why, but there's definitely something to be done there. I mean, I know there's businesses that literally, like, if you don't like someone, you can literally mail them, like, a package of shit. Like, they open it up and it'll be, like, bear shit, cow shit, whatever. Like, they literally just mail poop. Whether it's like that, whether it's not, there is money to be made in this poop emoji, fake poop, I don't know, the comedy around poop industry. So yeah, so that is my $1 million idea. I think you can make $1 million of that, maybe. I don't know. Sounds good, doesn't it? Thank you all so much for watching, listening to my poop story. I'll be back with some more travel tips and adventure vlogs very soon, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace. Poo. Alright, that was bad. We gotta redo that. Peace.